Hello everybody, we are here with a timeless reading. Before we get started with the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with the highest good. All right, we're starting off with the Three of Cups. This is a happy thing to see. This can feel like mutual support. It can be like really feeling the presence of the people around you, the support around you. You can be feeling really connected with your guides right now. You can feel like there's a lot of love around you. There can be somebody that you're hanging out with that you're really connecting with. This is about feeling seen, the Three of Cups. For some of you, there are some changes that are going to be happening to your social circle. This can also mean that you're like finding new interests and stuff, and you may be connecting with people that are associated with these like new discoveries or just new things that you're into. I'm seeing so much support around you. Like I'm actually getting you in the center of like a circle. I'm seeing there be a circle of energies that are around you that are like very supportive, and it even feels like something is sort of like feeding into your energy at this point. To have the sun here, the sun is like our focus and our energy, and it's a revitalizing energy as well. It's like your potency, your power, and also your joy and happiness and what matters to you. And maybe you had been feeling kind of lonely, and now you can be feeling like a more of a sense of community or like friendship or just support around you that maybe you felt like you didn't have before. For some of you, I'm seeing that there's been some stuff that you've been going through lately that has been kind of challenging to maneuver through. So this would feel like a relief to sort of feel this support around you that you're feeling in whatever form it's coming through for you. This can also be like people celebrating you and like cheering you on or feeling very happy for you. You may also feel at this point like the support of those around you. When I say those around you, know that this can also be your guides too. It doesn't just have to be physical people. This can be you connecting with like ancestors. For some of you, I'm seeing you're connecting with your roots. I'm hearing roots specifically. I'm seeing that whomever this is around you that's like very supportive of what you have going on right now, I'm seeing this feel like a vital aspect of how you're maneuvering through everything. And I'm also seeing like this sense of like these beings around you. I'm getting a sense of pride for what you are doing currently right now. And especially the way that you're facing the challenges, too, or obstacles, no matter how big, no matter how small, all of it being significant. For some of you too, as I said before, there's like a shift with who you'd been hanging out with and like who you're going to be spending time with now. Because I'm seeing that after something comes to an end, there's an opportunity that sort of buds from that. And it's connected with something that you want to be spending your time doing. Something you're interested in. This is definitely going to involve a change for you from what you were doing before. Okay, so it's like this. Whatever it was that you were doing before, if something felt like it was out of alignment for you, I'm seeing this have to do with it had to do with your social interactions. and things that felt challenging to you about particular social interactions. So there could have been something that came to light about like somebody you had been hanging out with, or even like a group of people you had been hanging out with, or this can be like a community of some sort. Whatever it is, it's like something socially. And I'm seeing like things came to light where you could have seen like the vibration that people were in or that someone was in, and that sort of posing a bit of a challenge for you. But I'm seeing that it gave you the opportunity to close out a cycle that was out of alignment with where you are emotionally and what you're looking for and how you're trying to connect. And I'm seeing that you recognize, oh, if I stop this and I don't continue doing this thing that's been out of alignment for me socially, this is a social thing. If I stop this, that means that I'm making room for opportunities and for change to happen so that I can get this thing. It's like maybe you realize that you were keeping something around that had become obsolete, and you're like, why wouldn't I upgrade to something else that's more fitting for me now? Because this thing is just like a waste of space, metaphorically speaking. It's like something that you felt like you had cycled through that wasn't really doing anything for you as far as your growth anymore. And so it was time to cut this away. So rather than spending time doing something that you don't want to be doing or socializing and like using your energy for that, you're going to be using your energy for a different type of socializing now, or with different people. But things had to come to an end in order for, it's like one door had to close in order for another door to open. And I'm seeing that this is associated with change, but that could have been the challenging part for you, where you were like, if I don't hang out with this friend group anymore, like, who am I supposed to hang out with? Or like, this person has been my best friend for so long, but I really feel like we're in different places right now. I don't know, whatever your situation is. Again, it's something socially. I'm definitely seeing that. This can be with family too for some of you. Can be a mix. Can be with coworkers. But yeah, whoever it is that you've been socializing with, or like a specific person, I'm seeing a door needed to close in order for another one to open. And because of this transition, that may have been the part that felt challenging for you, because you were like, even though I'm only getting like 5% of what I'm looking for, I'm still getting that 5%, but I'm seeing like needing to close the door completely on an aspect of something that you didn't want to continue, so you could make room. There are changes coming. I'm seeing these be the types of changes that like you would be looking forward to what this brings within your life. For some of you, this is a work situation. As things are changing, you just want to like ride the wave as best as possible. And remember that it is something that's changing right now. It's just about keeping balance, maintaining balance as best as possible. And being mindful of what you're putting on your plate. This also means prioritizing situations where you feel like your energy is valued in the way that you want it to be. And if a situation is not that, it's calling for you to set boundaries so as not to be spending your ways, obligating yourself to spend your energy in ways that you don't like truly want to be doing or spending it. So this means doing things that are worth your while, worth your time, worth your energy, and not signing yourself up for stuff that you don't want to be doing out of any sort of obligation. This is definitely a new vibe for you too. Yeah, for some of you, I'm definitely getting there being like a weeding out right now that you're doing socially, where you're really like analyzing whomever it is that you've been spending your time with, and being like, is this really worth it to me? Like, are these the types of friends that I want to have? Do I feel like these relationships are bringing into my life and inspiring what I want to be inspired by people? And I'm seeing there's also exploring that you're doing, because like you want intimacy and you want to connect. And so this is like it's kind of like a refresh that's happening for you socially. And it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, because it's like there may be some people that you've been hanging out with that you feel very familiar with, but you're like, wow, every time I'm around this person, I feel like it just drains my energy, or I've been feeling really uncomfortable around them lately, or it just isn't aligning with me right now. That's also not to say that eventually you're not gonna like come back into the same timeline as people. It just means for right now, something like really isn't fitting for you. And so it's about paying attention to that and being like, oh, that's a cue for me to like open myself up to and explore if I'm willing to, which I'm seeing there be a desire to do so. It's gonna feel a bit uncomfortable, because it's about being around energies that you may not be as accustomed to as these, but it's like, you don't just want to stick around something because you're used to it when it's not bringing the elements that you want into your life. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you're stagnating. So this is about finding the type of support and connections that you want within your relationships, which I'm seeing there's like a lacking within some of your relationships currently. So yeah, in the midst of all of this, of you sort of closing out things that you feel like are done for right now, I'm seeing you be like, I'm trying to like keep my head up. I'm trying to focus on the positive things. I'm seeing you like really making an effort to be optimistic, to be hopeful, to sort of like take any energy you could be spending on. It's like you could focus on the past stuff that you can't do anything about, or like the fact that it's ended and all of that, which is useful to a point because it needs to be processed. But I'm seeing you take a lot of your energy and be like, instead of focusing on this thing that it just needed to come to an end and focusing on the pain and all of that, I'm going to sort of like shift the like inertia of my energy over to, what do I feel hopeful about? What is really calling to me? What do I want to be focused on? And let me think about how, instead of how those situations were not opportunities that felt reciprocal to me in this moment, I'm going to focus on what does feel reciprocal to me in this moment. I'm going to focus on what does feel aligned with my values, because I'm seeing you also are trying to connect socially with people that share the same values as you, or compatible values, so you feel like you can connect with them. That means like if time is important to being on time is important to you, that you're connecting with other people that respect your time and that will like show up at the time that they say that they're going to show up. Or if like you want to be able to call somebody in the middle of the night because you'd be that person to pick up in the middle of the night, you're making friends that will do that and like be compatible for that. So this isn't even about judging people for what they aren't, what they weren't for you. This is about focusing on like what resonates with me as far as what I'm looking for in my relationships and my friendships, and who is compatible with that. And that's who I'm going to be like choosing to like connect my energy with. And that, rather than focusing on you didn't do this and you didn't do that and I wish that you were different and all of that, it's like focus on what you do want to be focusing on in the reality of this situation, in full acceptance. And you putting yourself out there in this way and being open to the changes that are associated with this, I'm seeing it be a very great time for you to be doing this. Like the timing, if you were wondering like, should I put myself out there, like should I go to that new restaurant or that new bookstore or that new cafe and maybe meet somebody, or go to this club or this themed night over here, try theater, like whatever this is that you're interested in doing, painting night. I'm getting a bunch of different stuff where you will meet people that you have commonalities with, or like people online that you're connecting with. It's about doing that right now, because I'm seeing the odds be very good that you're going to find people that you connect with. It's just about being open to that and keeping in mind what you're looking for. So you'll know when you meet somebody, is that aligned with me or is that not aligned with me? And this is also going to feel validating for you, because before you could have been feeling like maybe my standards are too high, or like maybe nobody's going to understand me. But it's like you were trying to do these things with people that like weren't fitting. So now it's about finding people that fit into this thing that you're looking for, that will be like, oh, that's important to me too. And you're like, wow, I feel so understood and I feel so seen here because we have compatible values. So that's really what I'm seeing is happening right now for you. For some of you, I'm seeing there's still some releasing that's happening, and I'm also seeing there's letting go that's happening of things that you feel like are obsolete to you currently, and there's also holding on to what you feel is important to you. That's also to say as well that some of the people that you've been trying to make things work with, you're still going to keep them in your life, but you may not be looking to them for the same things. Like, say you have a friend, let's go with the timing thing again. Say you have a friend that like you have common interests with and you love spending time with them when things work out. However, they're like never on time. It's like when the timing doesn't matter, that's when you'll be hanging out with that person. And the new person that's coming in that's always on time, when you need to like be able to pick a date and it's important to you to have the timing be right that day, then that's the person that you're going to hang out with. So rather than trying to fit people into things that they are not, this is about accepting everybody as they are and seeing what's compatible with what you want. And that's going to take all the frustration out of this as well, because there's no forcing that's happening. There's just moving with the flow and the rhythm of what am I looking for now and who can offer that to me, who's compatible, so we can have like a smooth collaboration with one another. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.